Tzu Chi volunteers in Guatemala provide hot food for residents affected by Fuego volcano eruption. We look into the pros and cons of installing air conditioners in elementary and high schools. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Sue. Thank you for joining us. As Fuego volcano in Guatemala continues to erupt, Tzu Chi volunteers immediately prepared 250 hot meals to distribute at a local public school. The temporary shelter took in volcano survivors, ranging from a newborn baby to an 80-year-old senior. They all smiled again after having the hot meals.
The volcano continues to erupt. Local residents escaped their home immediately. This public school took in about 1,000 volcano victims. Tzu Chi volunteers delivered 250 fried rice and fried wontons and put them in paper boxes. Volunteers distribute the food politely as everyone lined up to receive the meal cheerfully. Children can even get a lollipop, which has made them very happy. 3 Tzu Chi volunteers lounged to prepare the food the day after the volcano eruption. Chinese immigrant Wang Yulan, who owns a restaurant, prepared the fried rice. Volunteer Li Ying prepared the fried wontons, and a Chinese entrepreneur drove him all the way to deliver the meals. The food was placed in steam boxes to ensure it stays warm. Volunteers not only deliver the food personally to the shelter, they also offer their care. The youngest in the classroom is a baby that had just born for 20 days, and the oldest is an 80-year-old senior. Everyone comforts and takes care of each other. Although they brought nothing with them when they escaped, the shelter has abundant resources, and Tzu Chi volunteers have promised to continue to care for them.
In the United States, a flash flood hit Ellicott City, Maryland on May 27th. Now that the water has receded, Tzu Chi volunteers in Washington have gone to care for the affected residents. Since many residents are still unable to cook, Tzu Chi has joined hands with the Red Cross to provide hot dinners at 2 different temporary shelters.
There are few people and vehicles on the streets of Ellicott City, Maryland, because of the heavy rain that fell on May 27th.
Most of the water accumulated in this area. We are afraid that the foundation is not stable, so we block this area now. Heavy vehicles are not allowed to come in. The water has accumulated in the basements of these apartments behind me because the water came in so quickly from everywhere, such as windows.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Washington visiting the affected residents. Those who live in the basements have been evacuated.
On that day, the water flooded here in the basements.
While waiting for their homes to be restored, the residents are still unable to cook 3 meals a day. Therefore, Tzu Chi volunteers have contacted the local Red Cross to provide hot food for dinner in 2 different locations.
Tzu Chi U.S. headquarters goes regularly to Golden Valley High School in Bakersfield, California, to host free clinics. The residents here are mostly impoverished farmers that lack medical resources. Team of doctors have come to look after their health.
Dr. used to own a farm in Argentina, therefore he can understand the farmer's pain completely.
We only come every 3 months, so I hope he can feel something when he leaves. Normally, these farmers, they suffer from muscle pain because they don't have convenient medical resources and they don't make enough money, so they work very hard. That's how the muscle pain keeps accumulating.
Gurpa came from India and he has lived in the town for more than 20 years. His arm was numb and sore and was unable to move, so he listened to his friend's suggestion and come to the free clinic for the first time.
I'm feeling 100% perfect right. My arm from shoulder, I'm suffering from around 3 months, so now my arm is perfectly right.
On top of the traditional Chinese medicine, there are also Western medicine and dental services. Residents are able to go to 3 different clinics in 1 day, and it's all free. The farmers' enthusiastic feedback are the most precious payment for Tima doctors.
We healed him, and he said all of his pain has disappeared. I felt that joy from the patient for solving his health problems for years.
The regular medical service have secured the farmers' health and brought them smile after their pain were healed.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Sabah, Malaysia, hosted a free clinic at Taman Tali Park Ria Public Housing to look after the local residents' health. Over 200 volunteers participated, providing 12 different medical services in addition to free haircuts. Nearly 3,000 people came during the short 4 hours of the event. Let's take a look.
Taking off from the Tzu Chi office in Sabah, Malaysia, volunteers left with eagerness in hosting the free clinic at the Taman Tali Park Raya public housing location. When the local residents learned about the free clinic, they came to line up to register very early in the morning. The community hall quickly became a waiting area.
I just had an eye exam, and beforehand the volunteers measured my blood pressure, weight, and height. The health checkup is as thorough as the governmental clinics.
Local residents lack medical resources, hence the free clinic offered 12 different types of medical services to them. This includes dental, eye, and gynecology services.
During working days and school days, people are not free, and they want to go to the clinics or things, they have a bit of difficulty because they have to take off.
The majority of our patients are children, and their biggest issue is malnutrition. For example, a 5-year-old child should weigh about 18 kilograms, but here they only weigh around 12 to 14 kilograms.
Ko Yok Lee, who has 41 years of nursing experience under her belt, lives in Kota Kinabalu with her husband. Now retired, she took the opportunity to help out at the free clinic this time.
I saw that most of them have issues of high blood pressure, but they don't have the time and money to go see the doctors.
There were over 200 volunteers who participated, and nearly 3,000 local residents came to the free clinic this time. Tima has continued to care the health for people in the town.
How to deal with the stye infection? Nowadays, the air quality is poor, and many children suffer from various allergies. If they happen to like fried foods, a stye infection is easily going to happen. If it happens, there are many home remedies that one can try, but if the swelling is not going down, medical attention is needed.
Little Wu's right eyelid has developed a stye, which is clearly swollen.
It hurts when I blink, like a pulsating feeling.
After a week, the swelling wasn't going down, so the parents took Little Wu to go see the eye doctor.
The outer layer of the eyelid is really swollen. There is pus inside.
When we were young, the grown-ups would always say, if you watch something that you are not supposed to, you will get a stye. This is obviously not the case. Styes are actually just clogging of the eyelid glands that cannot excrete secretions, leading to inflammation.
In the beginning, you can apply heat to the infected area, a warm towel, both in the morning and at nighttime. This should help ease the pain and speed up circulation to the area.
Another home remedy is using the opposite hand, loop it around to where the stye is, and pull on the outer eyelid. This could help declog the glands and bring down the swelling. This isn't going to work on everyone, so if no signs of improvement, one must go to the eye doctor. There are many reasons why children get styes, like to eat fried foods, allergy-prone bodies, and/or likes to rub their eyes.
It's crucial to keep our eyes clean by washing our faces and doing some frequent massages around the eyelids. Don't eat too many fried foods.
Just like Little Wu, many children have already experienced a stye infection. Some people are fast to heal, others not so much. Some even have back-to-back infections.
长针眼的时候怎样？那什么感觉？
就很痛，弄到的话会痛，就是眼睛会刺痛的感觉。
那后来怎么办？
我去看眼科，结果就好了。
Other than eye drops, there's eye cream, at times combined with antibiotic treatments. One could even drain out the pus, depending on the situation.
If the stye has been there for a while, a lot of times we will see a white head. Just like popping a zit, we could actually cut it open and drain out the pus.
Most of the time, children get repeated styes are due to their allergy-prone bodies. Just remember to stay away from fried and spicy foods, eat more fruits and vegetables, and maintain good hygiene and sleep better.
This year, Indonesia's Vesak Day celebrations were held at the Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter's Jingsi Hall. Leaders from various political and religious circles attended the event. The Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter and the Lento Ulema signed a memorandum of cooperation covering education, environmental protection, medical services, and other areas.
This Buddhist event was held by Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter, the local disabled children's organization singing and dancing to convey the values of compassion and care. Former Indonesian President Megawati, along with the former Vice President and other political and religious leaders, were invited to attend the ceremony.
The Tzu Chi Foundation for many years has used the power of volunteers to help others. Everything they do is in the spirit of cooperation and supporting Indonesian people. Social harmony is our common responsibility.
We have never used religion to divide people, as we want everyone to advance together, unified in one heart, which will create mutual prosperity in the future.
The Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter signed a memorandum of cooperation with Nahdlatul Ulama to cooperate in the future on charitable works, education, medicine, and the environment.
Signing this memorandum of cooperation only takes 1 minute for both parties, but has long-term implications as there needs to be a clear plan to make actual progress. This will help enhance our partnership.
Everyone today believes bringing different religions together is an extension of the Buddhist spirit.
Government officials in Taipei, Taoyuan, Taichung, and Changhua have announced a policy to install air conditioners in all the elementary and high schools. While budgeting is a big problem, future electricity bills could also be very expensive. A DaAi reporter has found out the electricity bill for a school with 300 people and air conditioners is the same as a school with 900 people and no air conditioners. Therefore, we have to worry if we'll be enjoying a comfortable environment at the expense of wasting resources. During class breaks, the students play on the soccer field. They're not afraid of the sun, but they're afraid of returning to the classrooms after the breaks.
After playing ball during breaks, I do not want to return to the classroom.
I feel very hot around noontime. I was jumping and running, so I will feel hot upon returning to the classroom.
Although Bihu Elementary School is located near the mountains, it is surrounded by high-rises and buildings, making some classrooms extremely hot.
Due to certain regulations, the classrooms are not equipped with air conditioners. Currently, only special classrooms and offices are equipped with air conditioners. If there could be new policies, we hope the classrooms can install air conditioners.
Currently, the elementary and high schools need to rely on Parents Association or corporate sponsorship to install air conditioners in classrooms. In addition, there are some restrictions.
这是它的储值卡，那上面所显示这个数字就是金额。
Zhongxiao Elementary School stipulates that students can only use the air conditioners when the temperature is higher than 28 degrees or when there's construction outside.
其实小朋友知道这些。
The children know that the debit cards are paid for by their parents, so they cherish the resources. Since the teachers also teach about energy saving, when it is not too hot, the children might say, "All right, teacher, let's wait a while before using the air conditioner."
减碳的那个教育他们反而会说好，老师，我们等一下再开。
With 300 people, Zhongxiao Elementary School's monthly electricity bill is about $1,700 US. In June and September, when air conditioners are used, the bill rises up to $3,400 US, which is about the same as Bihu Elementary School with 900 people and no air conditioners. As the children enjoy learning in a comfortable environment, it is also important for them to learn about energy saving, so they will cherish resources. In Taiwan, while most parents and children support the proposal to install air conditioners in all the classrooms, the total cost will amount to more than $2.86 billion US. Architecture experts suggest that there are other measures people can take to lower the temperature of the classrooms. Here's our report.
People are debating about whether air conditioners should be installed in elementary schools. At DaAi Elementary School, which receives subsidies due to it being located along the flight path, every classroom has an air conditioner. In addition, there's also an air purifier equipped so that the classrooms can be well ventilated.
The kids develop rashes right after playing outside during breaks. Therefore, I think installing air conditioners is a necessity. After all, children are very physically active.
会不会比较可以安静下来读书？你觉得？
可以，不然很热都要一直扇风。
Most parents, students, and teachers support the idea of installing air conditioners. Doctors also point out that if the room is too isolated, the children might feel dizzy and dehydrated after a while.
In a confined classroom with 20 to 30 students, if the air circulation is poor, the children's body temperature might get too high. They might even develop symptoms similar to a heat stroke. I suggest that they adjust the temperature to where the children won't sweat. Many times we need to wash the filters, as children with allergies are very sensitive to termites and dust.
To install air conditioners, budgeting is a big problem. K-12 Education Administration estimates that to improve electricity cables of elementary and high schools, it will cost $2.6 billion. Adding the cost of buying equipment, the total cost will be more than $2.86 billion. With the inconsistent climate, Taiwan's electricity usage has set a new high record in May. If the schools use air conditioners, the extra electricity bills will be quite expensive. Experts suggest that to lower the temperature, there are other measures people can take.
In the evenings after classes end, the surrounding temperatures will drop. Open the windows and doors of the classrooms so that the cooler air can enter the room. Then the temperature of the walls and ceilings will drop below your body temperature. This is called natural radiation cooling.
Experts point out that besides paying attention to temperature, air circulation, and children's clothing, people can place some wooden bookshelves and bamboo charcoals in the classrooms to control the humidity. Saving energy with creativity will also help children learn about the physics of temperature control. Wufeng Elementary School in Taichung was rebuilt with the help of Tzu Chi. The campus is spacious and airy, where a large number of plants and green areas have been arranged. This advantage helps regulate the temperature of the environment, as well as reduce the heat wave effect. Even if there are no air conditioners, the classrooms are still very comfortable.
In a classroom, the students are concentrating in class. They are able to stay cool without air conditioners.
I can use the electric fans. I don't feel hot at all.
If it's not necessary, I will not move. This way, I can feel the coolness of the breeze.
These children not only know how to stay calm and cool, but they also know that if every classroom has the air conditioner on, it does no good to one's health, energy saving, and carbon reduction.
After class, I usually run around and I'll be sweating. If I use the air conditioner, I'll catch a cold.
Keeping use of the air conditioning will cause global warming, which will impact the habitat of polar bears. The sea ice will melt and cause sea levels to rise.
Wufeng Elementary School was rebuilt with the help of Tzu Chi. The campus is spacious and airy. There are butterfly gardens, food-growing areas, and aquatic ponds. There are also a large number of plants and green areas that help regulate the temperature of the environment.
Through vertical greening systems and the increase of the green coverage rate, as well as shading some areas from the sun, we can make the campus more comfortable.
Apart from funding and electricity use, some teachers and students are worried that if air conditioners are installed in classrooms, a large amount of heated air will be vented. This will cause the campus to be hotter than the classroom, which may affect students' outdoor activities.
Xingshi is an area well known for producing shiitake mushrooms, with output accounting for about 70% of Taiwan's total production. A farmer returned to his hometown to grow mushrooms. Though his output is limited, his product has an excellent reputation. He recently won the title Mushroom King.
Turning over these bags of mushrooms helps awaken them.
This is to stimulate the mushrooms as they were originally sleeping, but now we try to wake them out to start growing.
Song Shangru is a second-generation farmer. His father planted shiitake mushrooms for 20 years, and now he takes over the job.
All of this production is a result of our hard work.
Preparing each bag used to grow the mushrooms, as well as picking them, all need to be done by hand.
The thickness of this mushroom here indicates that there is still room for growth.
This couple works together to plant 300 square meters, which values quality rather than weight, to develop an outstanding brand. In one fell swoop, they won the title of Mushroom King.
The climate is good and so are our mushroom sprouts, so these mushrooms will grow more beautiful and thick.
Mushrooms have enough nutrition itself and just need to rely upon moisture.
In Taichung Xinshi, a terrace near a river at an elevation of between 500 and 600 meters is the most suitable place for the growth of shiitake mushrooms.
The best environment for mushrooms requires an average annual temperature of about 22 to 25 degrees and a relative humidity of more than 80%.
Taiwanese mushrooms are of good quality, but the price of foreign imports is low, so they have to work with channel distributors to carve out market share.
When it comes to market competition, we need to integrate these farmers together to achieve larger scale.
With domestic demand annually reaching 4,000 tons per year, Xinshi can supply 70% of shiitake mushroom demand. To maintain this output, producers must not be complacent, as there are many challenges that they need to overcome.
Nowadays, the wood in these bags is likely to rot. If they are watered 3 times, it begins to rot. The acacia wood which we used in the past can be used many times.
This mushroom spout has been used for many years already and keeps reproducing. But when it ages, it produces less and less and doesn't grow as beautiful.
The strains of mushroom spawn, along with the wood and sawdust in these growing bags, are key to the harvest and quality of the mushrooms. Song Shangru has overcome many of these problems, has made the appropriate adjustments.
I will respect what my dad told me, and if I have questions, I will also post them to him.
He has a lot of experiences and he only kept the essence.
The son has inherited this wisdom from his father. He's a second-generation farmer returning home to take over this business, and step by step, he has achieved success and is continuing to advance local agriculture forward.
To mark World Oceans Day, Coast Guard Administration and city volunteers have invited people to help clean up Gaomei Wetlands Wildlife Refuge. A total of 800 people participated in the event, contributing in protecting the environment. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.